Noun.
I forgot to
Noun.
start the recording. Okay, fine. Look at the example. Inam ate the mango. Fine. Let's draw a tree diagram for this. First, let's look at the word mango, because we start with the very last word of a sentence. Now, what is mango? Is it a verb?
Yes, sir.
It's a verb.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Object.
It's a
No,
noun.
sir, noun.
It's a noun. Come on,
Noun.
it's a noun. Okay, anyhow, good attempt.
Sir,
G.
noun is inam.
Yes, exactly. Noun is the noun. Noun is the name. Fine, good. So mango is the noun. Okay, and this is called determiner. The
But here
and
we use the
articles.
object.
Okay, articles are called determiners. So this is the determiner. Fine. D-E-T. Clear? Now, whenever we have a noun and a determiner, fine, combinedly they will constitute a noun phrase. Fine. Here we have a verb. It is a verb. So a verb and a noun phrase combinedly they constitute a verb phrase. Clear? Then let's move to the last one, that is inam. Fine. So inam is again, it's a noun phrase, because this noun phrase consists of a proper noun only. Okay, so we have a noun phrase, and this noun phrase consists of one proper name only. Okay, proper noun. As I told you that a sentence consists of a noun phrase and a verb phrase, so this noun phrase and verb phrase combinedly we have a sentence. Fine. So this is how we draw a tree diagram for an utterance. Clear? Now let me remove this writing. Okay, good. Fine. Here we have a sentence. He likes the toy. Okay, so we need to start with toy first and then with the. Okay, so here we have toy. Toy is noun, while the is determiner. Okay, and noun and determiner combinedly they formulate a noun phrase. Fine. Then we have likes. This likes, obviously it is a verb. Fine. Verb. When a verb and a noun phrase they are combined together, so they formulate a verb phrase. Fine. Here we have he, which is a pronoun, and pronoun is a noun phrase. Fine. This is pronoun, and this is a noun phrase. Now when a noun phrase and a verb phrase they are formally combined together, so we have a sentence. Clear? uh, the student lost the debate. Fine. So we need to start with debate in the first, the debate. Fine. So here we have noun, here we have the determiner. Clear? Look at the grammatical categories. We have noun, and here we have the determiner. Fine. Here we have the verb, here we have again the noun and the determiner. Fine. So starting with this one, the noun and the determiner combinedly they constitute a noun phrase. Then we have lost, that which is a verb. When a verb and a noun phrase, when so the verb and noun phrase when they are combined together, we have a verb phrase here. Fine. This one, verb phrase, and there are some problems with the um, that thing, animations. Anyhow, look at this. Verb and noun phrase. So when a verb and a noun phrase are combined together, they formulate a verb phrase. On the other hand, the student, so we have the determiner and we have noun. When a noun and a determiner are combined together, fine, they formulate a noun phrase. And a noun phrase and a verb phrase, they constitute a sentence finally. Fine. Uh, Okay, good, good, Sadafnan, thank you. Repair the telephone, for example. Now, if you look at this, the telephone, fine, the telephone. So we have a noun here and we have the determiner. So this is a noun phrase, and then we have a verb here. So when this verb is combined with this noun phrase, we will have a verb phrase, because a verb and a noun phrase, they combinedly produce a verb phrase. Fine. If you can see, we have noun here. Fine. Here we have determiner and we have verb. So this noun or determiner in noun, we have here a noun phrase. Fine. And here we have the verb in the noun phrase. So here we have then the verb phrase. Clear? We may add other word. For example, the mechanics or the boys or the girls. Fine. The boys, for example. So we have the boys. Now look at boy. Boy is a noun. Fine. The is a determiner. Clear? So a determiner and a noun phrase, when they are combined together, they constitute a noun phrase, and a noun phrase plus verb phrase. So we have a complete sentence. Clear? Look at this one. Play with the toy. So we start with the toy first. Fine. Where toy is noun while the is determiner. So determiner in a
Yes,
noun,
sir.
we have noun phrase. Then we have with the toy. Now look at this. With is a preposition. Fine. In, of, okay, on, with, these are prepositions. So we have with is a preposition. Fine. And this is noun phrase. Now when a noun phrase is accompanied by a preposition, we have got a prepositional phrase. Fine. So here is an addition. So far we discussed certain things. We discussed that a sentence consists of let me get back to the slides. Fine. I told you so far that a noun that a sentence consists of a noun phrase and a verb phrase. Fine. Then I told you that a noun phrase may consist of a proper noun only. Sorry, a noun phrase may consist of a proper noun only. A noun phrase may consist of a pronoun only, or just like this one. Fine. Or a noun phrase may consist of a determiner and a noun phrase. Fine. So this is what we learned about the noun phrase. Now a verb phrase consists of a verb and a noun phrase. Okay, I'll provide you a chart for all these things. It or like what does a verb phrase consist of? So I'll provide you a chart, okay, for remembering these things forever. Now another rule, the rule is that when we have a prepositional phrase, so inside the prepositional phrase we have a preposition and a noun phrase. Clear? So if we look at this verb phrase, okay, this verb phrase, for example, verb phrase. So this complete verb phrase, this is the verb phrase, likes the toy. Okay, so this phrase has got a verb in the beginning. So it means that this is the head of this phrase. This is an entire phrase. Okay, so this is the head of the phrase. The head is a verb. It means this is a verb phrase. Fine. Similarly, this is a noun phrase is clear. Fine. But if you look at the prepositional phrase, so a prepositional phrase has got the preposition is the head. Okay, like we have one phrase with the toy. Okay, the very first word, the head word, is a preposition. That is why this complete phrase is called the prepositional phrase. Fine. Now play with the toy. So play, it is a verb. Fine. And with the toy is a prepositional phrase. So a prepositional phrase and a verb, they may formulate a verb phrase. Okay, so here is one addition, a thing which is new, fine, different than the previous one. So far we discussed that a verb phrase consists of a noun phrase and a verb phrase. Fine. But now we came to know with this example that a noun phrase may consist of a verb as well as a noun prepositional phrase instead of a noun phrase, because the noun phrase is then inside the prepositional phrase. You may take so many examples. For example, he sat in the sofa. In the sofa. Fine. uh, Fine. She sat in the sofa, for example. Fine. Now if you look at this simple sentence, and let's make an attempt to clear to draw and make clear the tree diagram for this sentence. Okay, forget about uh, capitalization, etc. Let's focus on the tree diagram only. Okay, the sofa. Fine. So we have got a noun here. Okay, and here we have got a determiner. Clear? So a determiner and a noun, we have combinedly a noun phrase. Fine. Then we have in the sofa. So in is a preposition. Clear? When this preposition and this noun phrase, when they are combined together, we have got a prepositional phrase. Fine. Now look at set. So this is a verb. Fine. When a verb
Verb.
and a prepositional phrase, when they are formally combined together, we have got a verb phrase. Here we have got a pronoun. Fine. And the pronoun itself, it is a noun phrase. Fine. So the noun phrase and the verb phrase, here we have finally the sentence. Clear? So this is how a tree diagram is formulated. Okay, good. Moving to some other examples. The success of the program. The success of the program. So we need to start with the very last one, the program. Okay. Now focus please. Program. What is it? Come on.
Program.
Noun.
It's a noun. Good.
Noun.
And this one,
Noun.
yes, good. This one,
Article.
Determiner.
this is called this is
Determiner.
article. Yes, this is called determiner. Fine. And
Determiner.
a determiner and a noun combinedly, they constitute what?
Noun phrase.
Very good, Asad, very good. This is called noun phrase. Fine. Now after program, so here we have got, you know, this is a preposition.
Preposition.
Fine, good. And a preposition and a noun phrase combinedly, they constitute, as I told you, a prepositional phrase. Fine.
Verb. Yes.
Now let's move ahead. Here we have the success. So success is a noun. Okay, it's a noun and the is determiner. So this determiner and this noun combinedly, we have got a noun phrase. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, this is noun phrase. Yes. Okay. And when a noun phrase is accompanied by a prepositional phrase, so again we may have another noun phrase. Why noun
Sir,
phrase? Because uh, the head word is a noun. If you look at the success, so the success is a noun. That is why the head word is a noun phrase. Okay, it starts with a noun phrase. That is why we call
sir,
it a noun phrase. Yes.
but sir, the is article, so how it is noun?
That is article, but in this case we look at the entire phrase. Then like there can either be a pronoun, there can be a proper noun, or there can be determiner in a noun. So when a phrase consists of a determiner and a noun, okay, that is treated that is treated as a noun. Clear? The
Okay.
subject, the noun. Fine. So
Sir,
here we have got a very complex noun phrase, because this one single noun phrase consists of one noun phrase. Okay. Here is the noun phrase. Okay, or a determiner in noun, and it consists of a preposition as well. And further inside that prepositional phrase, we have got a further preposition, noun phrase, and a preposition. Clear? So this is sort of a complex noun phrase. Similarly, a film about pollution. Fine. So look at pollution. Pollution is a noun. About is preposition. Fine. So
preposition.
yes, preposition. So we have got uh,
Noun phrase.
noun phrase, and we have got preposition. So this is prepositional phrase, which is you know, a combination of preposition and noun phrase. Then we have got another prepositional phrase. We have got a and film. So this noun phrase consists of a determiner, a noun, and a prepositional phrase. Fine. Moving to some other examples. Yes, this one, move towards the window. Okay, so here we have the window. determiner in noun. Here we have got the noun phrase. Fine. Towards is a preposition. So when a preposition and noun phrase, when they are accompanied, fine, they formulate a prepositional phrase. Fine. Now move. So move is a verb and a noun phrase. Move in a prepositional phrase, verb and prepositional phrase, they formulate a verb phrase. Here, for example, if we say they, okay, they are the students. So the students, for example, the students. Students is a noun, fine. The is a determiner. So here we have a noun phrase, fine, and a noun phrase plus verb phrase. So here we have got a sentence, fine. Moving to this example, a film about pollution. So if I write, for example, they or the students, they watched, fine, they watched. Now look at this. So far we have got a noun phrase, fine. If I write here, watch is verb, fine. So a verb and a noun phrase, they formulate a verb phrase, fine. And they is pronoun, which itself is a noun phrase, fine. So a noun phrase and a verb phrase, here we have got a sentence. So now this
A
verb
complete.
phrase, this verb, yes, a complete sentence, very good. This verb phrase consists of a verb, fine, and a noun phrase. And then that noun phrase further consists of a determiner, a noun, and a prepositional phrase. Okay. Uh, Moving to some other examples. The end of the road, fine. So we have the road, first of all, determiner and noun. Okay. So we have noun phrase, we have got prepositional here. So preposition and a noun phrase, here we have pp, prepositional phrase, fine. Then the end, so we have the end, that is noun, and it is preposition, sorry, it is a determiner. So here we have a noun phrase, fine, noun phrase. Now so no, sorry, not noun phrase, preposition, preposition plus noun plus determiner. So here we have the noun phrase, just like the previous example, this one, just like this one. Okay, a film about pollution. In the same way, we have got the end of the road. Clear? Moving ahead.
So the determinant and dependent article the same.
The same. Determiner is the, you may say, the syntactic term for article. Article can be
Sometime
definite, it can be definite, it can be indefinite, fine. So if we have a, if we have the, or if we have an, for example, if I write here, if I write here, for example, the end of a road, a road, again this a is also a determiner, fine. Or the end of an, we may write here a word that start with a vowel, for example, an elephant or anything. Okay, the end of an edge, fine. So then this an or a or the, all of them are called determiner. Clear? Fine. Should I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Students of MA, first, please attention. Should we continue, or should we leave it for the next class? Let me see how many examples have I quoted here. Okay, fine. Let's discuss these two examples. Then we'll discuss structural ambiguity in the coming class, inshallah. Fine. So yes, he likes the toy. Okay. So toy, noun, the determiner. We have got a noun phrase, fine. These are the three components, the three different components. Like we have, this is a noun phrase, fine. Here we have the verb, and here we have the last noun phrase. Clear? So noun, verb, and again noun. Now look at this, the toy, verb, a noun phrase. Here we have got likes, which is a verb, fine. So when a verb is accompanied by a noun phrase, they constitute combinedly a verb phrase. Here we have a pronoun, fine. which itself is a noun, fine, and a noun phrase and a verb phrase. So we have a sentence here. Okay, moving to this last example, I think, because yeah, then we have got structural ambiguity. Okay, good. This is a sort of complicated sentence for tree diagram. The box, we have noun, then determiner. So we have got, first of all, a noun phrase, clear. Then we have got a preposition here and a preposition in noun phrase. So we have got here a prepositional phrase, fine. If you can see, this is a preposition in, okay. So noun phrase and preposition, we have a prepositional phrase, fine. The toy, again, determiner and determiner and noun. So here we have another noun phrase, fine. If you look at this, we have got a verb here, fine, verb, put. So a verb phrase may consist of a verb, a noun phrase, and a prepositional phrase, fine. Like put the toy in the box. Okay, that is why I told you that it is a little bit complicated for tree diagram. Now the children, so that is simple because we have got noun, determiner, noun phrase, and when the noun phrase and the verb phrase, they are accompanied, okay, they are combined together, so we have a sentence. Okay, the children put the toy in the box. Okay, you may change the words. For example, the students uh, submitted, fine, the assignment in the time. Okay, the students submitted the assignment in the time. So you may go for the very same structures. Okay, in the time. So time is noun and that is determiner and is preposition. So we have noun phrase and preposition. So prepositional phrase, fine. The assignment. So we have got the assignment here, the assignment, which is itself a noun phrase. Okay, and we have submitted. So submitted is a verb, fine. Now submitted the assignment, this is a complete verb phrase, fine. And then the students, that is a noun phrase. So a noun phrase and a verb phrase, so we have got combined a sentence. Clear? This much is sufficient for today because we took a class of 70 minutes, rather more than that. Okay, and
Sir, in the time or on the time?
it can be in the time as well. Okay, different like uses of prepositions are there. On the time, you may also use on the time. Okay, but there are different uses. Okay,
Then we
now
use sir at the time. Now,
GG, like we have multiple uses. Now sometimes like within the time, that is either before or at that particular
yes,
time, fine, or it can be at that
yes.
particular time. So that is why we use different kind of prepositions. Anyhow,
For
we'll have a
for
separate.
particular time we use n.
Okay, good. We will have a separate session on prepositions because I'm getting late for the meeting. Fine. This is structural ambiguity. Inshallah, in the coming class, we'll talk about structural ambiguity in detail. Clear? We discussed so far
Sorry, sir. What
syntax,
about what?
structural ambiguity. We'll discuss structural
Yes.
ambiguity tomorrow, fine. So far we discussed syntax, okay, some general examples, then generative grammar, then surface structure and deep structures, and then structural ambiguity, and then tree diagram. Okay, and so many examples. Tomorrow we will try to resolve structural ambiguity with the help of tree diagram. Clear? So this much is sufficient for today. If you have got any question, kindly go through this lecture. I am uploading it on LMS immediately after the meeting, fine. And if you have any question, you may kindly ask all your questions tomorrow. Clear? Because we are already running out of time. We had a session of more than 70 minutes today, so the questions will be entertained tomorrow, inshallah. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay, stay
Thank
Okay,
home,
you.
sir.
stay safe. Allah
Thank you.
Hafiz. Welcome.